You know, I think one thing a lot of people loved about the 2021 NBA draft was that it had a lot of depth in it. I mean, the amount of star power that was there was crazy. And also the fact that many of these players can still be stars to this day. All of the top 4 picks are destined to be stars, including Jalen Green, even though he's had an ugly season. So that was a beautiful draft class. And we're destined to have another one this season. In 2022, not only do we have a deep draft class, but we also have great role players in this class. It's just great. I mean, for many times we have seen ugly draft classes in the past, and this year is not one of them. So buckle up, and yeah, let's get straight into it with my 2022 NBA mock draft. With the first overall pick, the Houston Rockets select Chet Holmgren from Gonzaga. Chet Holmgren kind of reminds me of Cade Cunningham. Not in the sense that they play the same position, because they don't. Not in the sense because they even have the same play style, but just because they are a jack-of-all-trades player. Chet Holmgren can create for others, can stretch the floor, can play defense, and can finish at the rim. That is something that is first pick worthy. Chet Holmgren to the Houston Rockets. Christian Wood hasn't been that good this year, so they will trade him. With the second pick, the Magic select Jabari Smith, a forward out of Auburn. Jabari Smith shoots a scorching 43% from 3 this season and also has great length and athleticism. Jabari Smith will bring defense to a very short backcourt and team in general with the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic are very guard heavy, so they definitely should not take Jaden Ivey or anybody like that because they just have so many guards. So Jabari Smith is going second overall to the Magic. With the third pick, the Detroit Pistons take Paolo Banchero from Duke University. Although he's having an ugly season at Duke, he still has the potential that he had in high school. He's an athletic wing who has a lot of size and a lot of presence down low. Not only that, he can shoot the 3 ball, even though, yes, in Duke he's had some ugly games and just an ugly season in general. It is not reflective of what he can actually be in the future. Paolo Banchero to the Pistons. With the fourth pick in the 2022 NBA draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder take Jaden Ivey, guard from Purdue. You know, I was watching Jaden Ivey the other night when he was playing against one of my favorite teams in March Madness, which is Texas, and I'm not going to lie. When the game came down to it, he took over. In the last, couple minutes of the second half, Jaden Ivey was going off. Not only did he hit like a crossover step back 3 on a guy to damn near put the nail in the coffin, but when there were free throws, I mean, he was hitting all of them. A guy who only shot 76% from the line in his college season ended up shooting like 9 for 10 or something like that from the free throw line. So Jaden Ivey is built for the moment. He has great athleticism and a capable shot. He somewhat reminds me of Jalen Green, but I think he'll pan out to be a little bit better than him just because he looks a little bit more NBA ready. With the 5th pick in the NBA draft, the Portland Trailblazers select AJ Griffin. AJ Griffin shot 48% from 3 for Duke, and he's a versatile wing with a lot of size and defensive ability. That is exactly what Portland wants. For many seasons, Portland has been trying to get defensive wings who can shoot the ball. Robert Covington, Norman Powell, Larry Nance, the list goes on. They tried Al-Farouq Aminu at one point. The one thing you need to put next to Damian Lillard are people who can defend and space the floor, and AJ Griffin can do that. With the 6th pick in the NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings take Johnny Davis from Wisconsin. The Kings, they take a gamble here. Johnny Davis was a great scorer in college. Although not that efficient, he did fit in the Wisconsin system pretty well, averaging 20 points per game and 8 rebounds in this season, and it is much needed offense for the Sacramento Kings. You definitely don't take a big because you just got Domantas Sabonis, and you also don't take a guard because you have Davion Mitchell and De'Aaron Fox. At the 7th pick, the Indiana Pacers select Keegan Murray. Yes, Keegan Murray jumps very high in the draft. He was not expected to be taken at 7, but because the Pacers are playing for potential, they take him. The best player in this situation, talent-wise, would probably be Ty Washington. But the reality is that you have Tyrese Halliburton. You're not going to get rid of Tyrese Halliburton to take in Ty Washington. And also, why would you get a rookie to start off the bench? TJ Warren will most likely be traded, considering his injury history is just ludicrous to this point. So why don't you take a swing on Keegan Murray, who shot 41% from 3 on 24 points per game for Iowa? And this is a forward that brings offense. The Pacers need that. Although the Pacers have had many great seasons where they've been one of the best defenses in the league, it has not been reflected on their offensive side. At pick number 8, the San Antonio Spurs take Jalen Duren, a big from Memphis. Jalen Duren has this ability to not only finish at the rim, but also be one of the premier defenders in college this season. That's one thing that the Spurs love, and considering they might be offloading Jakob in these coming seasons just because he's kind of maxed out his potential, then Jalen Duren would be a great person to put in his spot. Somebody who has great athleticism, great defense, and also can restart this revamp or / rebuild of the San Antonio Spurs. With the 9th pick in the draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Ty Washington. This guy was a point guard for Kentucky, and when he was hurt this year, his presence was felt. Kentucky did not play as well when he was hurt. Now, Ty Washington as a guard does not have too much potential. His scoring is solid, his passing is solid, but it looks like he will cap out as a very good role player in the NBA. Nonetheless, something that the Pelicans need. They need backup point guards. They've had Tomas Satoransky in the past. That did not work out. They have Devontae Graham starting as their point guard right now, and eventually, he was so bad that they made CJ McCollum their starting point guard. In the end of the day, they need point guard play, and Ty Washington can be a good facilitator for Zion Williamson. With the number 10th pick, the New York Knicks select Ochai Agbaji, a player from Kansas. He shot 40% from 3 while being a versatile scorer, and exactly what the Knicks need. They need versatile scoring, 3-point shooting, and just scoring in general. So Ochai Agbaji, I'm sorry I'm butchering his name, but he's a great player that played for Kansas this season. He averaged around 20 points per game, and as a guard that's very good in the NCAA. And at the number 11th pick, the Pelicans select Benedict Mathurin from Arizona. The Pelicans obviously need guard depth, and Benedict has been great for the Arizona Wildcats this season. Arizona has led the NCAA in wins this season and are the favorites to win the national championship, and mainly because of Benedict. Not only do they have a great center on their team too, but Benedict has been shooting really well from 3, has been a great scorer, and 3-point shooting and scoring is what the Pelicans bench needs. With the number 12th pick in the NBA draft, the Wizards select Dyson Daniels from the G League. Now, Dyson is a very dicey player. I mean, he doesn't look too good, shooting 25% from 3. To me, he reminds me of a Jonathan Kuminga type player. Jonathan Kuminga was perceived as a very type player because of his G League stats. Jonathan Kuminga shot like 38% from the field, 25% from 3, and like 60% from the line. Dyson is in a similar boat. He's not shooting that well, but I still think he can be a serviceable player for the Wizards this season, considering he does have versatility. He has good size for his position. He can pass pretty well, and yes, his scoring is very streaky, but maybe playing alongside Bradley Beal will make it a little bit easier for him in Washington. With the number 13th pick in the NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Mark Williams from Duke. Mark Williams anchored the Duke defense that really needed it. I mean, Paolo Banchero is a great defender too, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to paint protection, Mark Williams was your guy this season for Duke. A guy who has the highest block percentage in the NCAA, while also playing the most minutes of any center in the NCAA that's not going in the first round. That's a great player to have. He can block shots, he can rebound, and he can score in the paint. A center is what the Charlotte Hornets need, and Mark Williams is that guy. And to round out the lottery at number 14, the Hawks take MarJon Beauchamp, a guard from the G League. Now, the Hawks have always needed guard depth, and when their guard depth actually played pretty well, what happened was that they made the conference finals last season. Lou Williams, although not being the best player, had some pretty good games for the Charlotte Hornets last season in the playoffs. So if they can build upon that and make sure that they get another good guard off the bench after Lou Williams is like retired basically, then that'd be great for them. Trae Young has always needed defense around him and guard play. MarJon Beauchamp is a great defender with great size and athleticism, and he's a bench piece. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. That was all the lottery picks I expect to go in their certain places this year. By the way, I did the draft based on the standings right now. I know the lottery never pans out like that. It's just the best way we can put it right now. So thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, watch my previous video on Nikola Jokic being the MVP, and peace out.
Hey, come on, I got a bag on me. You try to take it, leave you stinking like your last homie. She kinda cakey, little baby, put that ass on me. But I ain't that horny, do you got some cash for me? Why every time you ask him that, bitches act funny. And you keep trying to hold the strap, you won't slap for me. You too happy, I can tell you never had money. Every time you get on live, gotta flash money.